You know, I figured we would have all the challenges done, and it probably would be a good idea to get the challenges done if I want to get all the achievements. So let's do the Lemons challenge today. We start with Lemon Party and Lemon Mishap, and yeah, we'll go from there. So, hope you guys are doing well. I was up a little bit late last night, just because I was doing some errands for someone, but Sunday's usually the day I, sleep in a little bit later than usual, and wow, that backfired. I was like, you know what? I'll sleep in until midday, 12 o'clock. I think that's pretty fine. And the Arsenal game was on at 1 o'clock, and I usually wake up every week to watch a lot of the football that goes on in the UK. So, anyway, my alarm went off at 11:30. I was like, okay, it's 11:30. I'll go back to bed for another 30 minutes. And thinking I would wake up naturally without an alarm, I just went back to bed for 30 minutes. Managed to wake up 3.5 hours later. What the hell, man? So I woke up at like 3 p.m. And now I have to do the best I can to try and get everything done today that I was meant to get done. Kind of sucks running on the schedule. Like, usually I would allocate Sunday as a rest day, and really don't do much, but I haven't got my videos stockpiled. I really need to get back on that, man. So once I do, we should be great. Although I did spend the better part of yesterday clearing out my closet. No, not the Eminem song, but I just threw out a lot of my own stuff, and I'm looking decent now in terms of what I want to do. Also, I find that having like a tidy workplace also helps a lot with just general productivity when you have that. Or at least I feel like it does. Nice. If I get another 2 coins here, I'll be happy. Very happy. But it looks like the game is not giving me that. No bombs either for those tinted rocks. Maybe here. Aw, that fly. That fly, why? Why, fly? We've pretty much cleared everything here. So let's go on over east and face the boss. Pin should be okay. Should probably Lemon Mishap him. Does that even work? It does. Wow. Lemon Mishap OP. You see that? That killed him in like a second. That's nuts. Okay. Let's continue onwards. See what we can do. I'm hoping to have the first episode of my Naruto Ninja Storm LP up tonight. Again, just been trying to get used to the battle system, man. So many things that I do not know. Which kind of sucks. But you'll get used to it in time, right? There's that done. That could have been Chaos Card Pyro, and you just threw it away. That it didn't damage me, did it? I won't use that until I need it. Still looking for something here. Now the question is, do I go to the boss room? Oh, that almost took me out. I need a bomb. Badly. Is this bombs? No, it's keys. You think after a couple hundred hours of playing this game, you would realize that what speeds and clubs were, but okay, let's see. Oops. 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 There we go. Easy enough. And there's my bomb. Awesome. So we'll probably go up and try and claim ourselves a tinted rock. I'm not really sure why I didn't have some of these challenges done, but there you go. That's why. A small rock, obviously great, but could have got a little bit better. The question here is, am I going to find the tinted rock? I had a weird dream last night, and I'm trying to recall what it was, and I just can't. But it was definitely weird. Oh yeah, I remember it now. Well, I sort of remember it. I really should start writing down dreams again. I used to have a dream journal I wrote everything down in. The idea of it was that if I was writing things down a lot, then I would have, recognize patterns within my dreams, and the whole point of that is once you realize patterns within your dream, it's really easy to recognize when you're dreaming and when you're not, and then you're able to lucid dream a little bit more. And I did that for a long time, and it worked for the most part. Because you realize that most of your dreams that you have, you kind of forget what they're actually doing, or what you're actually doing in the dream within an hour of waking up. So, or at least in my experience, it was like that. I don't know about you guys. So I decided to start doing that. But I remember being at some convention. I'm not really sure what convention it was, but there was a variety of accents being spoken, and there's one down. That's OP. Not Krampus. Spirit of the Night into Ghost Baby. I think Spirit of the Night's great. It's not Spirit of the Night, it's Lord of the Pit. It's like a crappy version of Spirit of the Night, If I recall, there was also another Tinted Rock somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Nope. Can't see it. Gonna risk it all for the biscuit. He gets the biscuit, he gets the biscuit. Doesn't really get a biscuit, man. I'm really craving a biscuit. You know the crappy part is about waking up late, though? Running in the evenings. So I have this sort of habit formed where I need to go, as soon as I wake up, I need to run. Oh, there was one that, oh my goodness. Classic power. As soon as I wake up, I like to run. Recently, I've been pushing that back a little bit because I find that I have more energy if I wait like an hour before I run. So after I record this, I'm going to go and eat a banana and run. But the annoying thing was, that it's colder at night, and it's really, like, okay, maybe for most people it isn't cold, but for me, it's really cold, and just bracing the cold, I know, poor me and my little first world problems, I'm a baby. I'm only going to go a mile run tonight, I think. I just cannot be bothered with a long run, and plus, I woke up so late. I guess the goal would be to go to bed about 4 a.m., wake up at about 11, and then, slowly reset it back. That's what I've been doing lately, but we'll see. I know the permanent solution to fix my sleeping pattern issue, guys. It's moved to the west coast of America. And then I'll always be on the right sleeping pattern. I'll be waking up at 6 a.m. every day, and everyone would be like, Power, how do you have such an amazing sleeping pattern? I'd be like, oh, I just had a bad one for so long and then moved country. I thought that was a shop. I really did. I live in mishap. OP out. Almost got me as well. Ooh, Diplopia. Very interesting pickup there. Definitely want that if I can get it. I will be blowing up this dude up here. Had a comment yesterday asking me how I still find Isaac fun after 200 episodes of Afterbirth and 250 episodes of the original Rebirth, and I don't know, man. It's just one of those games I can play like almost effortlessly. It's just I don't know if you guys feel the same, but for me, Isaac's just one of those games where it doesn't really take that much effort to play once you have the basics done, and it's an enjoyable experience because obviously it's different every time you play it. And not a lot of people seem to get that. Like, literally, this run is completely random. The chances of me getting this exact run again... Actually, no, this is a challenge run, so probably will be very high. But, the chances of most runs that you do and getting them is, really, really low. And the daily runs are, one of those things that make me really enjoy Isaac as well. Do I want to go for left hand here? We'll see. I mean, I'm not getting that much out of the other ones. I wish Lemon Mishap worked on these guys. Sadly, it does not because they can fly, right? There we go. There we go. Decent. What do we got in here? Oh, my favorite. One of the worst enemies in the game, in my opinion. Although I never shut up saying that when I encounter this guy, so why does it matter? I forgot there was no item rooms in here, so I'm kind of thinking what I can use the Diplopia on. Does it work on... Works on pedestal items, doesn't it? Does it work on boss? I don't think it does work on Devil Deal items. I guess boss items if we get a magic mushroom or something. I don't know, I'm just making all this up. That's a pretty good item, I think. A lot of soul hearts there as well, so I'll take that. Minus 2 tiers down. Minus 1. And then this also should go minus 1. And that should be the tier cap. That's a pretty... I probably should have went and picked up the lemon mishap. Classic pyro. Classic pyro in the house. But, you know, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, brother? So yes, if you're one of the viewers that watch my other series, you can watch Paper Mario, etc., etc., they should be getting back on track soon. I've just been very lazy. Not very lazy, but just, I don't know, everything's just been out of whack the past couple of days. Like, usually I'll wake up and have things on point and done relatively quickly, but that hasn't been the case, and I wish it was just as easy as saying I'm lazy, and that obviously contributes to a small part of it, but I don't know, it's just one of those things where the days go by and you're not really getting anything done despite having the intention to and trying to. Does that make sense? I don't know. I always go through these slumps. Like, I think everything is very rhythmical in nature. You know, like you have the seasons up and down, you have time, day and night, and then you have sort of periods of energy and periods of rest. I always feel like that. I feel like I go hard for a couple of weeks, and then I just slump a little bit. And now I know that I need to actually have a couple of days videos done in advance all times, because there's going to be a time like this, what happens again in the next coming week or two, and I'm going to have a couple of days, because I generally don't take any days off, you know. So obviously it makes sense that, you know, over time that I would burn out a little bit or need some sort of a couple days of just doing nothing. Because recording a lot of videos is quite demanding. I think it's enjoyable work, but it's very mentally draining more so than physically. If that makes sense. Like, talking continuously for several hours per day on... and I know I'm not really like sitting up here like Einstein or something spouting equals MC squared, but you know, these nonsensical words that I put together are tough. Very chill run so far, though. I'll say that much. I said that a couple times, though. Weird. Okay. Freaking Mullabooms, man. I hate them. Especially the spawner Mullabooms. Bye-bye. Good, it ain't no lie, baby. Bye-bye-bye. I actually found my not cracked, but you know, copy of Final Fantasy VII, and it is cracked, not illegally, but the disc is actually cracked on the front. Isn't that funny? It still works and stuff, but I'm amazed at how many of those classic games that I still have in, you know, the original format. There can be a bigger Revelations in there if I can get a bomb. Hopefully, we'll come across one soon. I thought this was XL. Just the way it was looking. Oh wow, I got hit there. Wow. Oh wow, again. Wow, I'm big. I'm fat ass. I need to start dropping this. I don't think I'll get the guppy. And I haven't even got one of them yet. Very tempted to use a bomb here, to be honest with you. Still none of them bombs, boys. And I kind of want one, because I know that there's probably going to be an item in there that I want desperately. Desperately. Ow, ow. So I talked to you guys about this before, but I recently bought another AeroPress for making coffee with. It's essentially like a very cheap way to make pretty decent coffee. Not the best, but you know, it's a lot better than instant coffee or, you know, whatever. So I was using that. I'm curious, what is the average caffeine consumption amongst my subscribers? You know, a couple of my friends tell me that they don't consume caffeine at all, and the thing is, right, I get people that are like, oh, you know, not consuming caffeine at all is more beneficial than... What did I do that for? Is more beneficial than consuming caffeine. I can understand that to an extent, because if you don't need to rely on some sort of external thing to... What? Oh my goodness, I'm just realizing what a big error I just made there. I just bombed that guy. And I needed another bomb. Well done, mate. Well done. So, I I would say I probably drink about 3 cups of coffee a day. Not like really, really strong cups of coffee, probably about, I'd say about 300 to 400 milligrams a day. And I know that's a lot, but man, I like coffee. I don't know. Like, if I'm addicted, I'm happily addicted, if that makes sense. Like, there's so many people that go through life smoking cigarettes, and as their little sort of click during the day. And for me, coffee's that little vice that I have during the day. Or caffeine, I should say, in general, but mostly coffee. Coffee tastes like a lot better than energy drinks, in my opinion. Especially black coffee. There's something. Why is it that humans are attracted to, not attracted, but what, they have like a natural predisposition to like things like beer, coffee, like weird tasting things, because the actual taste of like a beer or a coffee isn't really, I don't know. I like it, but I don't like it. Does that make sense? It's very bitter, black coffee. Yet I like it, but not in a normal way. Oh boy, guppy tail. I probably should have kept the guppy. I'll just turn it out. I come back. Jarfly is obviously very OP, as I always say. If I get Jarflies, that'd be great. Alright. Just another way of attacking. Unleash all them flies on a boss monster, and you've got a sandwich. No, you don't have a sandwich. I need to go and eat my raspberries, man. I'm really, see, with, you know, expiry dates, I get really paranoid with them. Like, if it says, so my raspberries went out of date yesterday. They went out of date on the 5th, and it's now the 7th. I usually will keep food like a day or two past the expiry date, but I know. You know, a lot of the stuff stays fresh for longer, and they're just covering their asses. But you know, I'm just afraid of getting food poisoning or something. I know this is so illogical. A tool. What's a tool? Like Platinum God again. At episode 300, I'm gonna get a tattoo of all. No, I'm not really. I'd never get a tattoo. Respect to those who enjoy tattoos, but for me, I don't know. I always feel like I would regret the decision further down the line, you know, and it's not something I would want. I really don't need coins. Oh, there is no item room? Forgot. Like, I already looked back at myself from last year and was thinking, like, what the hell was I doing for most of the year, and, like, why? And then I look back at myself in university and think, like, how did I do that, and why did I do that? And then it looks very idiotic looking back, doesn't it? But I guess that's human life, constant self-reflection on what you've done over the years, right? At least I think it should be, or is. I've been reading a really, really good book lately. I guess I should tell you guys about this as well. You know, it may sound a little bit new agey, bear with me here, but I was talking about it a while ago. It's called The Mind Illuminated, and it's basically a practical book on meditation research. Again, I think I discussed most of this, and like advancing, and it's insane. Like when you look at the science into stuff like that, and like calming down your mind, the sort of reflection that it has in the brain, the human body itself, just for sitting there and concentrating on your breath. And I don't know, man, like the amount of nonsensical thoughts that I have in my head on a day-to-day basis, once I start just like observing them, is insane. It honestly is insane for me, because I generally think I have a sort of semi-high level of anxiety, just partially due to where I grew up and what happened when I grew up, and it still sort of affects me a little bit to this day, but I feel like I'm more capable of controlling that, and I generally don't, like, for example, like my brother last night, this is a really, really minor example, my brother last night finished his work at 2 o'clock, and he didn't, it was 5 o'clock, I was still up doing work, as I said, I was up quite late last night just editing stuff for someone, and oh, he's dead. Well, free stuff. Strength is pretty good. 2 space, I'll pop that now. So I was up editing some things. It was 2 o'clock. It was 5. You know, and he still wasn't in. And I was kind of like freaking out. Like, where is he? So I phoned him a few times. He wasn't picking up his phone. And like previously, that was enough for me to go into meltdown mode. Like I would start assuming the worst. And I always say that this stems back, for me at least, to what the hell? That actually. I'll just finish this guy up and then I'll go for it. Nice. Devil, strength. Hangman. I'll take strength. Stores are not open. Seeing as there's only going to be one more store, I'm okay. So that would have been enough to send me into like a meltdown mode, you know? And when I was younger, I used to frequently have that happen to me where I would... Is my microphone... Hold on. I want to see my microphone's on the proper setting. Because the waveform is looking kind of low. It is on 86. That is kind of low. I usually have it on about 92. Apologies. There we go. We're actually starting to peak a little bit now. So maybe I'll try a new microphone volume at 90. It's weird because in the microphone settings, I use a Rode Podcaster microphone. I used to have a Blue Yeti. It's Snowball. I used to have a Snowball and then a Yeti. And then, you know, a Rode Podcaster. I kind of view the Podcaster as the next step up for me. But at the same time, I kind of don't want to switch to a mixer setup. I don't know. I feel like for me, I don't need a mixer. I just record gameplay. But I know Milby has one and Chad has one. And a lot of people have one. And I kind of thinking like, is it worth buying a mixer? I'm taking big damage, trying to shut up. I'll go back to my story after this, though. Awesome. Aww. I guess it could be worse. So, you know, he wouldn't pick up his phone, and I was starting to freak out because, again, when I was younger, I used to have panic attacks like all the time about when I couldn't find out the location of someone, or you know, I always assumed the worst. I always assumed they were dead. I know that's very weird, but I think when I was younger, I was really exposed to the news a lot, and around the time growing up, there was a young, two young girls around my age who went missing, and it was all over the media for like weeks upon weeks and upon weeks, and you know, I remember growing up just watching this, and it freaked me the hell out, because I was like, oh, what if this is like me or my family or someone in my family? And, you know, I eventually, weeks later, they were found dead, and it, you know, kind of like, whoa, someone just kidnapped these girls and they're dead. And never mind, I was like 5 years old at the time, and there was some other stuff happening in my family when I was younger as well, like maybe influenced that anxiety when I was 2 or 3. But anyway, ooh, not bad. That happened, and it was weird to me because at one point there was like soccer teams here, or football teams in the UK, like putting out appeals to find these girls. They were on TV and they were like, blah blah blah. All of us at, you know, football club, FC or whatever, want to promote and say, if you find these girls, or you know, if you see these girls, please phone this number. And it was just all over the news, and then, you know, for them just to be reported dead kind of freaked me out. So anyway, I specifically remember one sort of weird panic attack that I had, which was, or sorry, not really a panic attack, but like an episode that I had, which was, my cousin actually was out. My cousin was one of my friends when I was growing up, because, you know, he lived relatively close to me, and I could go and play with him after school and stuff, because he lived like not that far from me anyway. So, couldn't find him all day. Like, couldn't find him all day. He didn't have a phone at the time because he was like 7 years old. And I ran around the entire district where I lived just looking for him and calling at anyone's house that I knew that he was, you know, friends with. Like, is he here? Is he here? Is he here? And then after like 1 hour, I couldn't find him, and I just went home and started crying because I thought he was dead. And it's very logical thought process to get into, isn't it? But I don't know what happened, and it's just like over time I have had to logically look at my thoughts and say, you know, this is insane how I'm thinking. It's just like there is no logical reasoning for this. Even then, you know, half of these thoughts are just pure insanity. Like, there's no reason why I should be drawing these conclusions. So that's why I really got into stuff like meditating and, you know, trying to quieten my mind and really stuff like cognitive behavioral therapy. Yeah, that's why I get into that sort of stuff. Just because I want to learn tactics on how to shut up the voice in my head, and I wouldn't say like I'm some sort of enlightened monk, because I'm not, and it occasionally still happens. But yesterday when that happened to my brother, you know, I wasn't like obsessing over it. Okay, it was in the back of my mind sometimes, but just always concentrating and bringing, you know, I think I use my breath as sort of a rope where I can follow it back. You know, the breath is like a rope I follow back to sanity, so to speak. Not sanity, but, you know, not obsessing over my thoughts. So, I've been really big into researching it and reading up as much as I can on it. Just because of that, I want this. I don't think that really affects me, because it only affects items that you can get in the item room. I haven't really taken up, like, this isn't practice. Well, I practice meditation every day, but I don't really go to like a group session or anything. Something I probably maybe want to get into in the future, but again, I need to sort of train myself to sit down for 1 hour sessions. Just until I feel comfortable at that level. I don't know. I tried to go a few years back and kind of chickened out, so we'll see what the future holds for me. But it would be nice to go. I always said I wanted to go on one of those 10-day meditation retreats where you're not allowed to, you know, no mobile phones, no books, whatever. Just you and your own mind. You're not allowed to talk to anyone. So we'll see. When are you going to mom's? Oh, this is it? This is over? Pretty much. Well, I can't believe I didn't have this before. Taking a long time, man. Hopefully this will help. What do you got in here for me? Of course, you give me good stuff. Boom! There you go, guys. Another challenge on complete. A little short one today, of course. So, I did not even unlock anything for that, did I? No, I didn't. What? I did. Oh my gosh, I had that one unlocked. But I thought it was another challenge down the side. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. I'm pretty sure I knew I unlocked that because that was from the original one, wasn't it? I have so much of the new ones to do. I'll start doing those tomorrow, though. If you guys want to see them, let me know. And I'll catch you later for the daily. Bye-bye.